All right, good to go. All right, so have a chair nearby, if that would please you. We're gonna start standing today. So we're gonna ground, we're gonna root, we're gonna move through the feet, and we're gonna guide the body energies consciously. You know, there are so many movements that I make in a day, and my God, I make probably 10,000 more movements than the average human because I'm over here and over here. I mean, anybody else clean the house and make more of a mess cleaning the house than it looked like when it started? Okay, so I'm that person. Oh, but I need to put this in, then I go to maybe in my next life. So ground down through the feet. Thank you guys for showing up today. I apologize for my link madness this morning. You know, as the instructor, I get all when I make mistakes. And then I have to remember, we all make mistakes. We all do. We all say the wrong thing sometimes. We all, you know, it's like a kid that runs up and wraps its arms around the wrong parent in the grocery store because they see a stranger. They go, and then they realize too late they're clinging to the wrong human. And it's like, how many times, even as an adult, have I been clinging to the wrong human? Oh, I should be clinging to this human instead of reaching out there. Got to fix what's here. And then fix is the wrong word. I got to settle in here and be okay with what has shown up. And then if I don't like it, then ta-da, I change it. So in yoga, we call the roots the feet. And if you're an energy loving person, send the energy down through the soles of the feet, through the floor, into the bedrock. Go into the waters that flow within the inside of the earth and start to pull up from there. Lengthen the spine and unlock the knees. Because there's a thing about grounding. If trees grew and locked in place with the first major windstorm, they would literally crack and break, but they don't. They root, and then they're full of liquids. And you know, every now and then, something will blow over, but it takes a lot. And usually it's because the ground gave way instead. Find that little bend in the knees. Reach up through the crown of the head. And then lift the arms out and up. And then start to reach a little more. One side, and then the other, and then one, and then the other. And then as you do this, start to bend one knee and really exaggerate. Pressing and moving, and then start to pull the other elbow as if you're pulling the bow and you're shooting for the stars. Because Lord knows I have been caught lately shooting for the dirt instead of shooting for the stars. One more pull on each side and let the bottom arm really float down and open up. And then pull, stretch, lengthen, find all that's there. And then both arms reach up, inhale at the top. And then let hands settle at the Anahata, the heart chakra, prayer position. And find 3 breaths. Connect with the soles of the feet as you do so. Ask for guidance and help if that's something that would be familiar to you. And hey, even if it's unfamiliar, maybe try. You never know, something awesome might happen. One more breath. Hands drop down on the exhale. Knees bend, arms reach forward. So an Utkatasana squat of sorts, but not a huge one. We're just reaching, finding out the bounds of the spine, and then either hands go to thighs or they come back in if that adds too much weight. And then we're going to pull the hands to the hips, our root chakra down here, and then bend, reach out. Pull to the hips, firming up the foundation, and then reach forward. One more time, pull to the hips, send the energy all the way down through the floor, and then settle back into that Utkatasana. Find the inhale, find the exhale, and then back in at the heart. Now, our experience of late is going to be different for each and every soul on this planet. Just bring to mind something that's been trying to push your tree over. It's been, it could be something near and dear to your heart that's really being pulled on. It could be one of your values. It could be an emotion. It could be, Lord knows. It could be that, the air conditioner isn't working. Bring that in and notice if it's something that you can find in the body. Lift up on the tiptoes, rolling the heels up off the floor. Bring that in, embody that. If you've got plantar fasciitis, put the feet down gently. But if you don't and you can do this, thump the heels down. Boom. Really drop down. Bring that concept down and thump it through the floor. 2 more times. Lift it. That thing cannot rock you. It cannot steal from you. It can only take what you give it. Breathe it in. Drop it down. Oh yeah, it makes all the wobbly bits wobble. 1 more time. Breathe it up. Lift and lift and lift and lift. Embody it and know that you do not have to let it shake your foundation unless you want it to. Thump it down. Anchor it in. And then turn that right foot out. Now I'm going to have my chair on the right side so that I can, show the chair examples. You might have to move your chair around as you need to today. If you don't need the chair, awesome. So I'm going to shift over into the right leg. I've still got my hands at heart space. My right toes are turned out. I'm going to just lift the outside of the left leg. So if balance is an issue, really lift and hold. But if balance isn't an issue, hold here for just a moment. Inhale. Exhale, bend that standing leg. Put that left foot down a little further away and then tip back. So the back side, we were here, we put it back and we leaned back. Now take the energy into the feet. Start the posture in the feet. Press down to lift up. The belly button will pull in toward the spine. If that upper hand doesn't want to go there, it can go behind the head. It can go to the hip. But we want to feel the rise from fighting gravity. Breathe in. Breathe out. The right hand comes to that right thigh. Left hand reaches up and over. If you want that hand on the back of the chair so you feel more secure, that would be a lovely place to put it. Breathing in, breathing out. For those of you that love a half moon posture, fan those arms out top and bottom. Lift and lift that back leg into a modified. If you've got a chair here, anchor, lift, and hold. So we're halfway there. We're not into a full half moon posture. We're just holding and breathing. Go to the foot. Go to the base of the posture. See if you can press into the foot until the arch pops up like a suction cup coming away from a mirror. Pop it up and use it to pull that belly button in. Inhale. Exhale, slide down, turn toes forward, find that heart chakra, breathe it in, breathe it out. Start at the soles of the feet with the next breath, breathe it in all the way to the crown of the head. Breathe it out. And then one more heel thump, roll up onto the balls of the feet. Oh, my ankles are wobbling like Bambi. Lift, reach. If anything is still rocking your existence, thump it down, transmute it down into Mama Earth. There you go. Put it down. Woo! The whole yoga hut shook. Breathe in. Breathe out. Chair on the left if you need it. We're going to lean in. Turn those toes in. Let that outer leg rise. You can hold here. You can hold here. Bend that standing leg. Reach. Lift that top arm if that would feel good. And then bend that left leg a lot. Put it down. Rotate back. So you're on the opposite side. I know I turned around and now I've turned back. It's like the cardinal rule of yoga. You never like turn your back to the class. And then my mother is like, I wish you would turn around. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rotate hand to thigh. Reach up and over. Now go to the feet. Go to the feet, go to the feet. What could I do with my feet? Maybe if I pull my heels together, you'll feel the insides of your cheeks back there kind of kiss a little bit. They'll come together just a little bit more. So if I rotate my heels a little closer, then the belly button draws in because that hugs in around the tailbone. Then all of a sudden, the ability to breathe gets stolen. Inhale. Exhale, hand to the chair or not. We're going to lift into that modified half moon. I forgot the name of it there for a moment. And press down into the floor. Imagine that there's a floor underneath the floating leg too. Where have you been placing your foundation lately? Breathe in, breathe out, slide it down, turn toes forward, hands at the Anahata. Breathe. And release. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, thump them down. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips down. Breathe them out and up. Turn those right toes out. Step your gait wide. If you need a chair when you drop the arms, so we're in a triangle posture, we're going to shift and tip. So I'm going to turn around for this. I've got my legs roughly 25, 30 inches apart. My arms parallel to the floor. I'm going to reach out of the left side of the body and use the ribs on the right to reach out beyond the toes so that I don't collapse in. I'm going to lengthen first and then do the rotation. So forearm on the back of the chair or hand in the seat of the chair, or just a regular triangle posture. If you've got the chair handy though, you can now use that bottom hand to open the chest toward the wall in front of you so that you know the tush isn't poked out back and the chest isn't hanging forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Rotate up, both arms reach, toes turn in, forward fold. Here comes the polka dots in your direction. And then reach down toward the floor. Yes. Breathing in and breathing out. Got my disco pants on today. And then alternate, bending and straightening the legs. You may have your hands on your thighs, which is fine. You know, there are some days I'm more flexible than others. I find that if I do yoga more than 4 times a week, I actually, by the end of the week, it hurts to touch my toes. So I'm learning the moderation in the practice. Yoga was a practice that was meant to bring us individually closer to ourselves, not so that we could sell people yoga pants, even though I love yoga pants. Straighten the backs of both legs as best you can. If you're at the thighs, hold here. If you're at the shins, hold there. If you're on the floor, try to flatten those palms into the floor. Inhale. Exhale, knees bend, hands sweep forward like you're gonna hug a Yeti. Big furry Yeti. You're gonna hug a Yeti. Breathe in, breathe out, lift. Push down to reach up. Find the feet. Reach. Own all that is you. And that means the mistakes too. God, I could tell you stories about the things that I've done that would make your skin crawl. And can't undo it. So I just do better the next time. Hands come into the heart space. Now that the legs are wide, left toes turn out. Reach up from the feet up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Arms sweep up. Establish as wide a stance as you want at first. Then the arms come level. I'm going to turn around. Makes it easier for people to follow along. And then reach through the side body. Find the length on both sides. It's something one of my instructors used to say all the time, and I was like, what are you talking about? I'm squishing this side. Oh. Extend through the left shoulder joint. And then find your chair if you want to. Rotate out and up. So if I'm holding in space, I've got to use my existing musculature, which has memory. It's going to want to hold me in the most comfortable place it can find. If I can put some of the weight into a chair or a countertop or a wall, then I can find a little more alignment, which then unlocks the energy spaces that are blocked in my body and allows the energy to flow more freely. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Remind your feet to be your foundation. And then find a smile in the heart. Reach out and up. Toes turn forward. Polka dots coming at you. Lean forward. Forward fold. Beautiful. If you need to forward fold into the seat of a chair, forward fold into the seat of the chair. Create a double foundation, okay? I have back issues. Therefore, leaning forward hurts, okay? Leaning forward into a chair, as long as it's like not a surgical issue, this now takes the load of the upper body off of the hip region and off of that SI joint. So now when I bounce from side to side, I don't have the load of my upper body driving down into my knees as well. So you just bounce side to side. And then the next time you decide to come to stillness, could be any time, maybe you decide not to. Plant the feet, lift the toes, but leave the balls of the feet and the heels on the floor. Take a breath in. And then one by one, try to lay the toes back down. Pinky toe, the next toe, the middle toe, the second toe, and the big toe. And then roll that foot flat so that you're not into the outside edges of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, knees bend. This time, sweep the arms to the side. like two big giant wings. Turn the thumbs up, and then lift. Arms sweep up overhead. Hands on the next breath come into the heart chakra. Let the feet walk together. Finding balance. All right. So if you have a wall, a countertop, a chair, we're going to train this next thing. I'm going to turn my back in because my mother asked me to. If you haven't seen the movie Rapunzel, you have to watch the movie Rapunzel because she sings a great song about Mother Knows Best. All right, so I've got my chair over here to the right. I'm going to turn my right toes in. I'm going to step that foot back. Now, for a lot of us, if you've had a hip or knee replacement, you're going to have to find a shallower stance. But if you can step way out, then step way out. Shoulders square with pelvis. Arms slice out. Awesome. That bottom hand is going to come down, and then we're going to slide across the back of the chair. If all you've got is a wall available, step away from the wall and then put your forearm on it. So if the wall is here, I put my fingertips and then my forearm locks into the wall. If I've got a countertop, just keep sliding across the countertop. My chairs are a little short, so I'm going to take a really wide stance, but reach and let the wall or the back of the chair take the weight. Hand goes to hip, and then peel your chest open. For those of you with low back issues, you're going to have to shorten your stance probably and keep the body more erect. You may look simply like this. And that's going to be your outer limit. Now, go to the bottom of the feet. Roll into the center of each foot, lift the toes off the floor, breathe into your heart space, and then if it behooves you, lift that top hand. Press down into the wall or the back of the chair if they are available to you, so that you have that tension in this side, that right side of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out, hand to hip, front knee bends, turn toward it. Both hands either plant into the wall or the back of the chair. Hold there, but then press into the floor until the collarbones want to rise and become level with the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. If your stance is short, beautiful. It's a little wonky plie. All of us are going to press into whatever our foundation is because we've created a double foundation. We're going to slide the feet together. Cosmic curtsy. Cosmic curtsy. One foot. That left foot is behind the right. Holding there. Quad strength. Hip builder. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lift, hands to heart, step side by side. And I have more than probably 5 people that tell me they don't like it when I do posture training. And it's what's going to teach for the next round. If you're taking classes on Zoom from lots and lots of people or YouTube videos, it builds the foundation in the entire core. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Hands come down. Sweep the arms out and up. Forward fold. Big knee bend if you need it, or just all the way forward so that we can loosen up any of this tension in the back. If you're leaning into the back of the chair, let that chair take the weight, and then bounce the backs of the legs. So the thing is, yoga developed, you start reading books. One of you sent me a book, and I like the guy's humor in it. He's like, we all like to say in class, yoga was invented 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, but really that was before written history over there. So it's a translation for yoga was invented a very, very long, long time ago. And one person pulled in what they needed. The next person pulled in what they needed. Straighten the backs of both legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the knees. Roll back up to standing. Your chair goes to the other side, or you just turn around. I'm just going to move mine so that you guys have the backside view. But it was invented a long time ago. And then the tradition rolled from one person to the next. This worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. This worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Oh, that didn't work for you? Okay, do it your way and then translate that forward. We all do that with things. We find the little cheats or we find the tweaks. So when you go to step into this stance, find yours. Left foot faces the wall or the chair. We pull in by planting your roots first. I like to lift all of my toes off the floor and pull into center line with my inner thighs, square my shoulders first, and then slice the arms out. That way I have a reminder to bring my shoulder blades together. And then my tailbone kind of dips a little bit until my pubic bone rises toward my belly button. Everything pulls in toward the spine. And then I'm going to have to stretch out because my chair is so short. You find the wall or the chair and you stretch into it. I mean, I guess I could pull my chair a little closer. Ooh, that's nice. However, I immediately wanted to sink into my shoulder, which mimics stress. So I need to press that forearm down if that's the type of chair you have. If you can press that chair far, far away, press down and engage the lats and the left side of the body. Marvelous. Hand to hip, mind the left knee, square with the wall in front of you, arm reaches up. And this is about where everybody goes, okay, I've had enough of this posture now. And if you have, come out. Absolutely come out. But if you can hold and adjust and use the chair as foundation and the feet as foundation, and then find foundation in the pelvis, find foundation in the belly, then unlock the jaw so that the space between your hips and your jaw are free of worry. And we find freedom there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the left knee. Turn in toward the chair. Press down. So you're going to press into the wall if the wall is there. You're going to get an inner thigh stretch from that right side, but then press the feet down like you're trying to draw the floor together underneath you and create a wrinkle in the floor. So I've really got a downward press going here. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Okay, back leg slides in, cosmic curtsy. So it can float or it can step down. I've got a downward press on the chair to find the length in the spine. Firm up that posterior chain, firm up that core space in the back. If you don't want the chair, go full Broadway. Ba! Breathe in, breathe out, step it together. Hands come in, wobble like I did if you want, breathe it in. Breathe hands down, sweep them out and up, and then the kind of forward fold that's going to make your body happy. All the way to the toes, the shins, the thighs, back into the chair, lean into the wall. You could turn it upside down. You could lean forward, wall behind you, plant your feet in the universe back there, and do your forward fold thusly. I don't even know if I look level. Breathe in, breathe out. And then decide whether you want to make your way down into a chair or onto the floor. If you're going to make your way onto the floor, one knee hits, the other knee hits. You're going to make your way down into the chair. You simply roll back up and then squeegee yourself down and in. Beautiful. So I don't have the luxury of Batman and Robin today, as Ori calls us, because she's on vacation. So I'll try to make sure that I do the chair examples as well as the floor examples. So settle down, move in. If your sits bones and your tailbone have come down into the seat of a chair, settle your feet as well. Level what needs leveling, the jaw, the shoulders, the belly. And then connect everything with the breath. Just like before, we had roots in our feet. Our energy went down through the floor. So take that energy into the hips, run down through the backs of the legs and the outsides of the ankles if you're on the floor. Or if you're in a chair, backs of the legs, bottoms of the feet. Then add a little attention to the bottoms of the legs. Press down through the bottoms of the legs so that the crown of the head starts to reach up. The shoulders settle. It's got a little bit of muscle work going on. The belly button has to draw just a little bit. The breath is going to want to shorten just a little bit, but continue to breathe around it. Because this is how grounding happens. You get a weird email, woo, and it's like a windstorm and my tree starts going, you know, or you ask a question and you don't get the answer you wanted. Ooh, had that happen this week. I was like, oh, I'll just ask. And then when they said no, it sent me way further off center than I thought it would. I was like, I didn't expect a yes or a no. I let go of the outcome. And then they said no. And I was like, what? Really? And so then that started this whole ooh in my life. So press down, lift up, press down, lift up. Don't lose the breath. On the next breath in, bring the hands into the heart space. Breathe in fully. And then let the low body have no tension in it at all. Just put all those muscles down. Let gravity have its way. You win. Fine gravity. You win. Wins every time. Well, I guess it doesn't win every time. I've been proven wrong. We went back into space. It didn't win. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the next exhale, hands come down. Arms reach up. Left hand grabs right wrist. We're going to lean to the left. Pull. That right arm has like, you know, no muscle work going on in it. We're just going to pull through. If that's too much, pull across the chest. If that's too much, just lean. Inhale. Exhale. Release the right hand, arch into it. The hand goes on the seat of the chair so that you don't fall out, or the hand goes to the floor. Find as deep of a breath as you can. And then back into the heart space we go. Because you guys know, I always got an agenda because that's where we're going. My feet are my foundation. My pelvis is my foundation. My movement, my inner thigh pull. Who are we as a community? And yeah, here we go. Pull it into the heart space because that's our foundation. Because I know you. I see you. That's our foundation. That's why we show up. On the next exhale, release from the heart. Inhale the arms up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Lengthen, lean to the right. So even if you kind of topple over right now, it's not because you lost touch with the foundation of the floor or your pelvis. Maybe it's because we lost touch with who we are as loving people. I don't know, I'm looking at faces out there. I don't think many of you guys lost touch. I think you guys are teaching me how to not lose touch. Switch, reach over. Because if we got anything going on out there, we got a group of lovers. You know, and I keep getting reminded, I got that email. Well, that wasn't very loving. Well, okay, business is business. Oh, yoga is a business. Oh, okay, so I run a disastrous yoga business. So I can't ask people to do things the same way that I do. Okay. Oh, so I'm not offended anymore. Breathe in, reach all the way up. And then lean it forward, either hands to knees and pull out of the hips, or reach forward and pull out of that SI joint. So if I'm in a chair, I mean, the reach is far simpler than one would think. I mean, it's just hands to knees, coming forward, or slide down to the ankles, or even go to the floor. On the floor, what you're trying to do, and I mean, we do this all the time, and you think, Caroline, I know how to lean forward. Watch ourselves. When on a day that I'm tired, my center back pokes out. On a day that I'm like feeling really fierce, I really grab the floor and I really pull. So then it speaks of my foundation. Where am I coming from? Maybe it's a gentler press into the floor and a more moderate pull out of that SI joint. Inhale. Exhale. Roll the body up. Let everything equalize. Go back into that thing that rocked you this week. That thing, or maybe it's in the last couple of months. Maybe it's the churning that's happening on the planet. For those that are empathic, enjoy the ride. And enjoy the ride. Like, really? When else are we going to get to be this aware in a moment in history? So pull it in and decide what part of you is being pulled off. Is it my mind? Is it my manamaya kosha? My body, I'm starting to have aches and pains, my annamaya kosha. Maybe it's my energy, I'm exhausted all the time. The pranamaya. Breathe in, breathe out. Take one leg, send it out in front of you. Pull in. Let's right leg folds in, left leg sweeps out. If you need to sit up on a cushion, sit on a cushion. If you're in a chair, keep that right foot planted on the floor, left heel extends out. Reach up and away. Breathe in. Exhale, hands together down in front of that heart. Gather in that heart energy. Oh yeah, because that's where we want to go. That's that bliss space. Oh, get that. Because as long as we make our decisions from there, right? That's what matters. Bring it in. Exhale, shoot the hands up. Widen them out. Breathe it in, breathing it back into heart. Find that. Exhale it back out. Breathe it in. Exhale it back out. And now let the heart space stretch for the toe. So for those of you that might need a strap to get in there, you've had a replacement, you've had an ouch, you've got whatever you've got going on, got spondylolisthesis or something in that low back. The goal is, if I am straining and shaking to hold this posture, where is that? Is my foundation? Is it coming from my heart? I'm not going to make a judgment. What is it coming from? Breathing in, breathing out. Now, either the hand to the shin or the elbow to the knee or the thigh, the left hand comes in. So the simple version is left hand in, right hand opens up nice and gentle. If you're seated in a chair, the hand comes to the knee region and it's the same thing. If you have the ability to put that elbow down and in and press until you get a little bit of a twist, that left hand can then come into that heart space. Now, my left foot is wanting to roll out on me, which then gives me more space to reach through my torso, but then I'm gonna miss the stretch that's there. Move into your foundation. What is it that you wish more people would work from on a daily basis? Is it honesty? Is it love? Because we wish others would work from the same place we tend to work from. Breathe in, breathe out, unwind, hands come into heart. Hold there. Find the breath, loosen the jaw. Unity doesn't happen overnight, whether in the energetic system, the humanity system, the planetary system, the universal system. It doesn't happen overnight. And some things that don't seem like unity may actually be. Hands come down, switch those legs. If you're in a chair, that left foot plants on the floor. If you're seated, bring it in. Square it up. When you're ready, open it up. Whoa! Breathe it in. Exhale into heart. There's your foundation. Breathe it in, reach it up. Exhale to heart. Gather it, build it, breathe it in, reach it. Exhale into that heart. Come on. Find it, shine it, lift it. Now lean forward. Lean and reach. And when the body is ready to lean down and in, lean down and in. So if I'm having it kind of an insecure day, or something has happened at work or at home, you're going to notice the shoulders are going to round in and the chin is going to drop, and I'm going to be real tight down here in the back. This is where that home energy, that root energy lives down here in the pelvis. So it gets real hard to bend forward. So then I pull out. I pull from my source of power, right up into that heart, and then try again. And then try again, and then try again, and then try again. We breathe it. We reach for it. Because really in yoga, the foot isn't what we're reaching for, right? That's just another part of my body. It is part of my universal system. But I'm reaching because I'm a soul and I'm human, and there's got to be more. Bring that right hand to the shin, left arm back, real gentle at first. So if you're in a chair, that hand simply sits down. You can bend both legs and put both feet on the floor. If you've got the ability to put that elbow down and in, and that right hand into the heart, it requires a little more length and stretch, but then I really get up and out of here. And that's one of the reasons they say yoga was invented. The world was in such turmoil, high death rate. Men tended to have several wives because so many women were lost in childbirth. You'd have, multiple children, lose multiple children. It still happens today. And back then it was more prevalent, and the lifespan was very short. So yoga was a vehicle to get people up and out. I wanted to stretch. I want to get up and out, get away. Commune with God so that maybe things weren't so. Let the hands come back into the heart. Find the breath. Where's the foundation? For those that want to do a supported bridge, you can use a ball, you can use a bolster, you can use all kinds of things. I'm going to take a big, thick cotton blanket. I'm going to roll it up. If I were a cook, I would know what that was. I don't know. There's that chocolate thing that has that white stuff in the middle. It rolls in on itself. I don't know what it's called. I don't eat them. So not, but I don't like super sweet things. I'd rather eat a bag of potato chips. So it's not a judgment. I'm going to roll it in. I'm just going to put it lengthwise behind me. If you're in a chair, I'm going to show you that too. So I'm going to move my mic pad. So those in the chair, be a little patient with me. I'm going to lean back, place my feet on the floor, bridge posture, easy breezy. Arms flat on the floor. Put your support right up under the back of your sacrum. And then gravity. Gravity just starts to pull. For those in a chair, you can set a ball behind you. You can put a pillow behind you. You can do much the same thing, but you want something that sits back there. Let's see, I'm going to use this ball. Something that sits back there so that then I can arch back and have just my shoulder blades kiss the back of the chair. And then hands just sit. Legs could go out straight. They can be bent. Hands could go behind the head. If you push the chair right up against a wall, then you have something to support the head too. You could even put a little squishy something back there to protect that. If you're on the floor and you want to take the soles of the feet and put them together and let the knees open wide into Baddha Konasana, then you get this little micro back bend that supports this root. So if you're in a chair, you want that object right behind the pelvis, right behind your sacral chakra here and your belly button, right behind the hips and the pubis. Something that's going to feel supportive. Because what I do know is that so much of what's going on in the world is rocking people's sense of support. We've created these systems. We've created, routines. Kids going to school. School becomes part of their foundation. People going to work. People that develop patterns in all parts of society. Things have been rocked, and it just pushes us off balance. The homeless at the homeless shelters, who's donating? Well, who's serving? Well, we're not allowed to serve. It goes right down to the very bedrock of all the systems that we've built. So let the body evolve as it needs to. If you wanted to let the knees come up and rock off to one side and get a little supportive twist in the back, those are fun. You could also put the legs straight up over the body and just have that bump up under that sacrum and have the weight of the legs weight down into the back of that pelvis. Yeah. Do all of it. Try it all. You go, oh, I don't understand what she just said. Try something, or just be. I know that when I get rocked, I start looking for things to do. I get a little as let's see, one person calls me the tornado. My mother says I make her nervous. I start doing. And then I don't accomplish much. So settle. Settle. I can only teach from what I experience. I can't look at you and go, oh, well, I must understand you. It's like that meme that I've seen, that little cartoon that says, you've got a person and it has a line that says, this is that person. And it's a long line. And then it has this little bite out of the end that's like, I don't know, a micron long. And it says, this is what you know about that person. I mean, really? I can think I know, but I'm not in. If we have 60,000 thoughts a day and 40,000 of them repeat, and I'm busy in my head with 60,000 thoughts, I don't have time to go into somebody else's head and go sort through their 60,000 thoughts. So go into the foundation. Now, if you want to stay this way for Shavasana, stay this way for Shavasana and just be. You could throw your legs up a wall. You could take that bolster and put it behind your head and lay flat. You could roll onto your side and just snuggle in around your heart space, because really, 60,000 thoughts a day, that's just a processing system doing. It's just doing. And not all of it is real, because if I'm thinking about something next week, I can sort out as many details as I want, but they're all actually false. So lay yourself out. Pull yourself in. Snuggle that heart space of yours. And then do what researchers say is one of the most difficult things to do as a human. Start telling yourself good things about yourself. I mean, you can start with the easy things. I like my outfit. My right pinky toe is good. I mean, and then it's your head. You don't even have to be humble. I am strong. I am funny. You know, all of the things. Go through it. I mean, really hammer it out. Those things about you that people love about you, that you love about you. And if you lose it at any moment, then go into the breath and continue there. Just keep breathing. If the mind speeds up, pat it on its head and say, just a few more minutes. This is my time. Just keep breathing. Just tell yourself 1 more minute. Just need 1 more minute. Let the next breath start in the heart. Blast off the concrete. Those in the building industry, you know, foundations of rebar and concrete and dug into the bedrock. Blast it off. Breathe even deeper. And then if you want to start to sit up or move, or if you want to stay where you are, do your thing. And we'll do as we always do at the end. 3 deep breaths, making a sound. Finding that vibration that matches the way we want to be all day. All day. If you need to scream, scream. Why not? Try it. See what happens. Belly, ribs, collarbones. Breathe it in. Breathe into the ribs. Breathe into those collarbones. Set yourself free. Namaste to all the bigs and littles. Thank you for showing up. I apologize for technical difficulties. And have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. The light in me honors the light in you. I'm going to unplug here so that I can hear you. I see little people around.